Hey everyone, it's Jay.
And I'm Kendra, and you're listening to Mood Swings, the podcast.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, girl, how are you?
I am doing well. Kind of missed you a couple of days. I know you were out
Hmm.
doing your thing during Martin
Yeah.
Luther King holiday, but we're back again and I'm excited for another episode because I got some
Yes.
things I want to talk to you about.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Yes, I'm so excited to be back. You're right. I missed you too. I was on the road again,
Hmm.
traveling. So I'm back home now, and I just poured me a glass of some Meritage red wine from one of the local
Ooh.
wineries here, Hannah Nicole. And girl, I'm locked in and ready to hear all about what you got going on. But before we get into that, let me just set the mood by setting my mood. I thought that was clever. Anyway, my mood is very like, I don't even know what I would call it. There's like this nervous energy that I have right now. And I think it's just a combination of things. I'm really busy at work. There's some new and exciting things in my life. So I think it's just like a nervous energy. Is that more of a mood or a feeling? I guess it's a feeling, huh?
But did that feeling put you in the mood?
Yes, it puts me in a mood of, I guess, what, like restlessness, maybe? Is
It
that?
is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about
Yeah.
you?
But well, then you should have two glasses of wine first off.
Mm.
Girl, I'm being lazy today. I literally did not want to go behind the bar and mix anything. So we have in our little fridge down there. I grabbed it's a Surfside vodka, it's canned vodka,
Mm.
and it's in a lemonade and um, so it's basically an Arnold Palmy.
You love you some canned drinks, but they're super convenient though,
It
right?
is convenient. It is. I just didn't feel like today, okay? Because I had to go all the way upstairs. You know, I don't like going all the way upstairs. Then I have to go back downstairs and then come back
Right.
upstairs. Oh,
I
hell
hear
no.
you. I hear
You
you.
know,
Yeah.
these ain't Megan knees. You know what I'm saying? These are Oprah knees. You know what I'm saying?
Not the
You get
openings.
arthritis, and you get arthritis. I'm just
That's
saying.
good. That's good. But you
I'm
know
just saying.
what? If you gotta have somebody else's, if someone you have to have someone's needs, it might as well be a billionaire. Like my girl Opie.
That is true. She
Yeah.
does have the bee's knees. I'm just saying. So
Literally.
but, yeah, so that was but my mood today is pretty inquisitive. Is that a mood? I don't know, but it is tonight. That's what
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Because I wanted to talk to you about, and I don't know if you've heard about this, but I don't know, I just started researching some stuff, and of course, I'll go ahead and preface it with,
Mhm.
"Hey, this is
Uh-huh.
not proven, it's not testable, and most scientists see it as philosophy and not fact." I wanna make sure I preface this with that because people be science and facting me the hell up on this damn channel.
And by people, do you mean me?
And other people too. We have listeners too who be getting in my ass too. I don't know why. I'm like, she's Louise.
Oh
Girl, you
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
right on this.
That's right.
You're so so I did want to talk to you about quantum immortality. Do you know what that is?
Quantum immorality. No, but I am super intrigued. Please, please, please
Okay.
do tell.
So I'm gonna again state that it is a thought experiment, not proven science,
This
okay?
is for
But
entertainment purposes only.
for entertainment purposes only. Yes. So it comes from the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics
Uh huh.
proposed by Hugh Hefner III. Okay. The idea
Hugh
is simple.
Hefner the third.
He got the robe and he got the bitches on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Yeah.
did you
Hugh
really say
Hefner.
Hugh Hefner the third?
I said Hugh Everett the third,
Oh,
but I mean, if it was Hugh Hefner, it makes the story much more interesting. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
that was about to take a turn.
So the idea is simple. Okay.
Uh huh.
Every possible outcome creates a different timeline. Now,
Uh huh.
all my Marvel fans are all into that multi-universe stuff. They're probably falling up right against, like, oh, I totally get you. I totally understand what you're saying. Okay. So in like some timelines you do survive, others you don't.
Mm.
But only your conscious in the timelines that you are still alive is where your conscious continues on. Because you're dead, you're dead.
Isn't that in any timeline? When you're dead, you're dead
When you're dead, you're dead. But how you know you're dead?
because your heart's not beating anymore. You're not having any brain activity. There's no breath in your lungs. There's
That's right.
several
And I'd be
ways to
like, and
indicate.
so then you wake up dead, be like, damn, bitch, I'm fucking
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
wake
say,
up
yeah.
and it's like Tupac and Frankie Beverly and they're all having a concert and shit, you know that
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
probably
Well, I
dead.
guess it's just here, let me just go throw this whole research out the way. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're actually listening right now to this podcast,
Yeah.
you're in the timeline where you survived because
Okay.
obviously can't be listening to it dead. And if
Facts.
you did, I told you I fuck a ghost up. Don't be trying to come up in this, please.
That's right.
So I'm just saying. Okay, so be honest. Okay, has
Yeah.
anyone ever survived something and thought, yeah, this version of me definitely didn't make it? You know what I'm saying? That this, oh, I
No.
had to have died on this thing. Have you ever felt that way? And like, well, I
I
mean, I know we've all, both of us had near death experiences.
I mean,
So,
I've had an issue where something's happened to me, and both myself and the person that survived that in the moment looked at each other and said, "Are we dead?" Because we
wow.
couldn't tell at the time, but I don't know if that's the same thing as what you're talking about, right? Is it?
Well, let's see. So I want to introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Frane Stalak. Okay, he's just nice little old Croatian man born in 1929. He's a music teacher. He just living his life, minding his own damn business.
Mhm.
But he is claimed to have survived multiple near certain death events. And this is why he's
Near
all over
certain.
TikTok. They love him. Okay. And let me tell you why. Let me start with the
Okay.
first one. In 1962, his train derailed into a frozen river. Several
Mm.
passengers died. Now, he was one of the lucky ones who survived with a broken arm, a little bit of hypothermia. Okay, I can get that. There's going to be
Mhm.
survivors. He was one of those. Okay. But a year later, Mr. Frane was on a flight. The door allegedly blew open midair. He
Uh,
was sucked out the plane. He
oh my god.
landed in a haystack. The plane crashed, killing many of the people on the plane, but he
Girl.
survived relatively with minor injuries. Listen, this one's the one that sounds the most fake, but this is the one he's most legendary for. So that was in 1963. Just,
Wait,
I
there's
know.
another one?
Oh, yeah, that's why I said this is some
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go
Okay.
ahead. Let's get
So,
my questions ready because this is crazy.
okay. So not only that, he has been involved in multiple car accidents. And I'm not just talking about bumper to bumper hitting or I sideswiped somebody, I slashed somebody's tires, my bitch came over to my house and he hated me, blew it on flicks. No, car explosion while he was in it due to the fuel pump failure.
Jay.
Okay. Now, wait. But not only that, in a separate occasion, his car swerved off of a mountain into a river, but he
Okay.
escaped before the car sank. So I'm just saying,
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
wait. This is some Final Destination type shit. This isn't no
That's what I'm saying.
quantum immortality. This is Final Destination. It was written loosely based on his life.
Yes, absolutely. Life. I say that so loosely of his life, pun
And
intended.
okay, hold on. Can I
No.
just ask a quick question? Just really quickly.
Hmm.
And then you can go back to that. Has anyone verified all of these events? Can this be a little
I will get.
sensationalism?
I'll get to that. I'll get to
Okay.
that
All right. Sorry. Go
because
ahead.
because no, it's good. It's good. I said he also survived like bus and vehicle mishaps, but the pattern always was that everyone else was either injured or killed, and he just walks away.
Cray.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. You said remember we were talking about when you die, you die. When you if he's dead, if he dies, he dies. So he's no longer in have any consciousness of the world. But if you wake up and you survive that, did you die? And now you're in a different timeline where your consciousness is still going, but your actual being during that timeline actually did die in that particular manner.
I think I kinda understand. So, like,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
he woulda died in that car I mean, that let's say the plane accident where he got sucked out of the plane, which, I
Uh-huh.
mean, that alone would kill you before you
Right.
even land. Anyway, so let's say
Uh-huh.
he died there. So then once you die, that whole timeline is deleted, and now you just hop over to another timeline, and you're not aware that you passed in that other one. You think that you've been in this new timeline all along,
Yes.
right? That's how your
Right.
consciousness will be. Okay,
Yes. But
got it.
your consciousness
Interesting.
follows you. So of course you're aware of these accidents that happen. It's not like it just didn't happen. You understand what I'm saying? It's like he still woke up like, whoosh, God dang, survived that. I can't believe it. So you survived to tell the tale,
But if
but
you
you
had
really, and
knew
in reality, you didn't in that particular timeline. Your whole entire consciousness jumped to another timeline where your being is still actively living in its own reality. Wow, I
okay, so
sound
I'm
like a crazy.
oh, Papa Toonie, you got a
We got a
loony.
loony.
Okay, so wait a minute. So okay, if you're okay, I could kind of get behind it at first when I thought maybe your consciousness doesn't live on and you just kind of that timeline's deleted, you just pop over to a new one. But if your consciousness is living on and you remember things from the old timeline, wouldn't you be like, "Hey," almost like remember the story I told you about the guy who had the dog named Sadie and was calling the dog and he woke up that morning and the mom was like, "No, the dog's name is Coco."
Mhm,
And
mhm.
yeah. So at some point, wouldn't your memory start to clash a little bit? You'll start seeing people that you think are familiar. And then you call, like, for instance, you pop over to a new timeline. Is there a Kendra in that timeline? Do you have children
Yes.
in that timeline?
I think if our consciousness follows us, is it in memory? And we start filling in gaps of things that came from a different timeline because you start having deja vu, like things have
Exactly.
happened before, right? Okay, so let me just finish this really quickly because
Okay.
all those things I just said are what we're going to be touching on tonight. So he went through all these things and he's so lucky. I would have said play the lottery, right? Well, he won.
Hell
So
yeah. How much?
So every so this is how he's oh, I don't know. I didn't look into that because I'm not that nosy, but now I'm
Oh,
gonna look
girl,
it
I
up.
would have been all in that. Does he have a wife?
I looked it up. But well, let me just tell you this. He reportedly gave most of that money away. So
This
I
guy's
don't know how much
weird.
money it is, but I'll find out. So let me just tell you why he's linked to quantum immortality. People say online that every time Mr. Saldock should have died, he just shifted timelines. But now let me say this again. There is no scientific proof. Some details
Oh, we know.
are
Yes.
disputed or exaggerated. So listen to this. His story is partially verified because we want to always do a reality check. It is partially disputed. Some crashes were documented, but others relied on interviews. And he still
Mm.
undeniably survived multiple extreme accidents. And so they best describe him as the man whose life accidentally became a multi-universe meme. So I this was the one of the stories so many situations have happened to him. And again, he's in
Wow.
Croatia, right? So I do want to report that he did pass away peacefully at 87 years old. Nothing else
Did
happened. He
he
just
though?
died of natural causes. So right, that's what I'm saying.
Did
But
he, or is he
but
like a Walmart greeter right now in a whole nother timeline?
he, you know what? He does. I have pictures of him, and I'll be posting it on here. But he does kinda look like Martin from Blue Diamond Walmart. But I do
Wow.
wanted to kinda, like, tie it into something a little bit more current. So, I
Yeah.
have a couple of current celebs that did survive, like, these crazy, horrible tests of fate, and I wanna know if you remember these. Well, first of all,
Okay.
let me just start with this one. Of course, we're all gonna remember this one, when 50 Cent got shot 9 times at close range, face,
Yeah.
chest, and legs, okay? Not only he survived, he became one of the biggest rappers ever,
Mm.
talking about his getting shot, right? Well, actually,
Mhm.
did he become the biggest rapper or the biggest troll ever? Because he will troll
Both.
the shit out of you. I,
Both.
I love me some 50 Cent. Please don't ever troll me.
I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I'm here for that. He gives Gemini, but I don't think he's a Gemini. But go ahead.
Do you remember when Travis Barker was in that plane crash? It
Mm.
killed multiple people, but he had to go through he had severe burns, dozens of surgeries. Do you remember that? Before he
Wait,
went bald, do you remember that? I
I
know
do
it had to
vaguely.
have been like two.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the date in which it was, but I was just kind of doing like high level. But I will want to look at that. Is that luck or is it a reload? Right? Is
Mm.
that you know what I'm saying? So let's do this. George Clooney. He was hit by a car while riding a motorcycle. His entire helmet shattered. He said that he knew he was about to die, and then he woke up. He said, "Same body,
Really?
new save file." I'm not sure. You know, Harrison Ford has survived multiple plane crashes and a
Really?
helicopter crash.
Wait
So
a
he's given Indiana
minute.
Jones energy, huh?
How do
Can
you
you believe
survive
something? You were just saying Final Destination.
Final
You were saying Final
Destination.
Destination. They were like, "Let's try it again." Oh, we didn't get him this time? Put him on the next Cessna. Nope, still didn't. Oh,
Not getting back on a plane. Like, I'm already a nervous passenger, planes, trains, automobiles, doesn't matter. If anyone's driving me, anyone's piloting me, I'm already nervous. So you think I'm about to get on a plane after I've already survived a plane crash? But then I guess the flip side of that is like, well, lightning never strikes twice in the same place. If I already have survived one plane crash, what's the odds of having another plane crash? And this fucker had several plane crashes.
right. It sounds like if he's the pilot, well, that means he should probably be assessed because obviously he can't fly.
I don't know if he flies
Mhm.
private or commercial, but just know if you get on a plane and you see Harrison Ford's ass on there, debark, get off.
Fine.
Right?
Anyways, last one. Do you remember when Eminem overdosed? He overdosed so badly the doctors didn't expect him to live. He says that when he came back, everything felt different.
Yeah, it felt different
Huh?
because he was fucking dead. He died.
True. He's like, I woke up
He had a
dead. I
near
don't like it.
death.
It's cold. So they people say addiction does change you though. So, but surviving it does as well.
I mean, I feel like anytime you survive a near death, I feel like of course, when you come back, things should feel different. If not, then what lesson did you learn from that?
Right. New lease on life. Right. Exactly. Well,
Remember,
so
oh,
no, go ahead.
remember Soul to Soul? Back to life. Back
Mm-hmm.
to reality. You know, that song was about her near death experience. She died.
Stop it.
Yeah, that whole song was about that. She died. She said she met her maker. She wanted to stay. He told her it wasn't your time. You got to get back to life, back to reality. However, do you
What?
want it?
I just
Yeah.
was thought that was a dope ass club song. I was just over there just freaking and twerking.
Yeah. She was in an accident and and died. And yeah, had a near death
That's
experience and came back and made that
crazy.
whole song about it. Yeah. Maybe she just shifted timelines,
Awesome.
right?
Right. Right. Exactly. So, okay. So now I'm going to shift to a different topic, but it's still within the
Mhm,
same theme because
mhm.
it's also linked to it. So, as I've said before, have you ever experienced deja vu?
Of course, yeah.
Right? Everyone has, right? Like,
Yeah, look,
I
my
experienced
girl
it like, uh huh.
no, go ahead.
What? No, no, go ahead. Say it.
I was gonna say my girlfriend's mom told me, her mom
Mhm.
told me that
Mhm.
when we have deja vu, it's because our lives are on the right track. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. And that's why we're having that feeling.
Nice. Like that.
Yeah.
When I reminisce over you, my God.
But I don't know. You're
It's
saying that is because it was something familiar in another timeline and that's why we're having deja vu?
a possibility. Because it says like this.
Okay.
This is what it feels like. You know that's what someone is about to say, right? You can like feel in the sentence and like verbatim, or
Mhm.
you know what's about to happen. And then for that split second, reality feels preloaded. Like, I did this already. Now, I did that
Mhm.
three
Mhm.
times today. I did that 3 times today. But then I realized my father in law was just watching reruns. And I was like, God dang it, Papa. Said. So, what it feels like is that you know what someone is about to say. You
Mhm.
know what is about to happen. Like, you're like, I know you were just about to talk about this. I knew you were going to say that, right? Something like that.
Mhm.
I've done that many times. And then for that split second, reality feels preloaded.
Mhm.
So, with that, what's really happening is that your brain accidentally routes a new experience through the memory system instead of the present moment system. So,
Hmm.
why does it feel like that? It feels like the time jump is because your brain stamps that moment as already happened, even though it hasn't.
But why? Why is your brain stamping it that way?
Your brain basically said, upload this as a memory. But do you remember we already talked about that? What else do we do when we fill in memory? We perform
Confabulation.
fabulation.
Girl, you so
Exactly.
smart. You just be teaching me stuff on here and stuff.
I be trying to do stuff and stuff,
You be
I'm
doing
trying to,
it.
because, and I think that sometimes as I said, I've had at two near death experiences. And I could be dying all the damn time, but I feel that every time I come back even better. Oh, so deja vu after stress or near death moments, people report that deja vu spikes after car accidents, surgery, trauma, or major emotional stress.
Really? That's
It
interesting.
feels like life is on replay, like I've been here before and I don't like it like
Oh,
that. So,
girl.
okay, now I'm going a little science angle here. Stress can temporarily desync how the brain processes time and memory. So
Mhm.
again, there goes confabulation, filling shit in and making new memories, and then you talk about those memories and with someone else, and now you have actually implanted that new memory into that other person who may have been there too, who needed some filling in, and now you've created a whole new memory for them as well. And see, it
Oh,
keeps going and going.
absolutely. Confabulation at its finest.
As fabulation finest,
And
exactly.
that's so crazy though. Well, because also just like how trauma can also make you forget things as well. There's been very traumatic times in my life where people have told me they've been there with me and I do not have any memory of them at all.
Yeah, yeah. The dream bleed.
A dream bleed. Ooh, I want to hear about that.
Ooh. Okay,
I'm
so
very much into the dreams. Yeah.
so my last and final topic under deja vu is the dream bleed. No, I'm not talking
Mm.
about an aneurysm. I'm talking about deja vu.
Is that when you have a period in your sleep?
That's
Sorry, that was
yes,
gross.
that's
Go
right.
ahead.
Gross.
I
Yes.
know.
So this is what it feels like is that you suddenly remember dreaming this exact place, conversation, or situation, even
Yes.
though you forgot the dream until then,
Yes. Yes, that
right?
happens to me all the time. Yes.
It so what's likely
Often.
happening what's likely happening is you dream something similar. Your brain matches patterns, so
Mm.
again, it fills in the gaps and yep, the same thing. See, same thing. It's saying, yep, same thing. So it just fills in because it connects it to that familiar memory that you had before. So why it feels supernatural because the dream memories are fuzzy, emotional, and timeless, maybe like perfect fuel for I've been here before type of feeling.
Mhm. Mhm.
So maybe you didn't time travel. Maybe you're just sleep deprived. I'm just saying, but I don't know what it is. All I know is that these are the things that just really intrigued me into
Yeah.
reviewing. I have a couple more. If you have some time, I have two more if you want to hear.
Of course. I would love to. This is all fascinating,
Well,
especially dream bleed. Would
no, yeah,
can I
dream
can I just
bleeding.
can I just share this? For probably a good 2 years of my life, I kept having the same dream that I'm driving down the street. And at the end of the street, there's like a body of water, an ocean or a beach or something like that. But there's
Hmm.
buildings on each side, and I'm just driving down the street. There's nothing traumatic happening, nothing crazy. I'm just driving down the street. And I've had this dream for probably a good 2 years of my life. Not every night, but, a recurrence over 2 years' time of the same
Hmm.
dream. And so to this day, and I haven't had that dream in probably decades at this point, but to this day, whenever I'm going down a street that looks similar to what I see in my brain from those dreams, I'm always like, is this the street? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this what I've been, dreaming about? Because it
Hmm.
happens so often. I
Right.
also, I, okay, we'll have to do a whole nother show on dreams because I'm very, very fascinated by
Yeah,
dreams.
yeah. I would love
Yeah.
to continue that for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like, so now, like, I was just talking about this. I was literally just talking about this. I said,
Mm.
the something is off deja vu. It says that when
Uh-huh.
people say like something, everything looks the same but feels wrong. People don't feel like themselves or life feels slightly misaligned. So that was what I was kind of referring to. Like I kind of this person kind of, but I just don't feel the same energy from this person,
Mm.
but I feel that I know this person, right? Like
I
so,
don't like
but
that. That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
EB and the GBs, is even the BGs as well. So a temporary disconnect between emotional recognition and logical recognition. So that's what's probably happening as a psychological explanation. We could probably ask Dr. Dre. She'd probably come on the show and let us know, and educate us.
Oh, that's
But
a good idea.
right, so why the timeline talk jumps in? When emotional familiarity breaks, people assume reality change, not the perception. So your perception didn't change. This real shit happened and it changed. And I know that this happened and it was a blue ball on this street and now it's green on this street. I don't know what changed it, but I know this would happen. But your perception never changes. The reality changes in your mind,
Yeah,
right?
you know what? Yeah, because I've never had that feeling like you just said of like this person feels off, there's something not right. I've never had that feeling. I think in my mind I've always equated it to, oh, this nigga acting funny. You acting real different right now. You know what I
Real
mean?
brand new,
Real brand new. That's what I've always equated that to. But when you
like
say
a
it like
brand new
that,
timeline.
no, like you got a whole attitude about some shit and you want to not tell me what's going on. You want to sit here and be all passive aggressive.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I think. But when you described it the way you did, like just about being like something off with a person, that gives me the heebie-jeebies because if I'm dealing with the same person that I've been dealing with for the last 10 years and now you're weird, you're like a shell, then that makes me think like, ew, is this person dead and this is a zombie I'm dealing with? Like, did someone take over its body?
Mm,
It freaks me out. I don't like that. That is
that
a lot.
sounds like some more Black Mirror type shit.
Sounds like
Episode
some
23.
nightmare fuel.
Okay, well, the last one I'm going to talk about is deja vu during major life transitions. See,
Mm.
common.
Oh,
So
God.
it's common during moving cities, big breakups,
Mm.
career changes, and post pandemic life. So what's
Mm.
happening is your brain is rapidly updating your identity and narrative, right? But why it feels like it's a timeline is your old self doesn't fully match your current self yet.
How so?
So you didn't switch timelines, you switched versions of yourself.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That's called evolving.
Right. If you're a monkey.
Well, I don't mean in that sense. I
No,
mean in
I get what
the
you're saying. Growth is yeah,
growth
of
in the
course, obviously.
mindset. Yeah. Girl, you
So
about to
why
get me
deja vu?
canceled.
Girl, I know. I don't. Just kidding. So why deja vu loves the quantum morality conversation is because deja vu feels like proof. Because you can't tell me that that shit didn't happen. It's in my brain. I know it happened, and I know it happened on this date, and it's reoccurring again. And I can tell you exactly what's about to happen. Right? It happens suddenly, or it involves memory and time. So it's impossible to recreate on command. So people naturally ask, if my brain can glitch like this, what else is it capable of? But let me say this,
Gosh.
okay? Deja vu doesn't prove we switch timelines, but it just proves our experience of reality is way less stable than what we think. Okay.
Mm,
So I just want to
that's
make sure. So I like to end all of my conspiracy theory Thursdays with the let me say this, okay?
did
And that's
you
to all my
did you have to do the conspiracy theory Thursday?
I'm about to get canceled.
You're about to get me canceled with the Christians talking about all the evolution shit. Like, so, I'm into like manifestation, right? Like I really feel like you can manifest that the universe is at play. There's things that you put out there. The universe is always listening and you can manifest things through the universe.
Mhm.
So I was listening to one of my very favorite manifestors, and she was saying that this manifestation is so powerful that she didn't even want to show us because it completely shifted her timeline. And I told you about the story,
Ah,
Jay. So basically, there's a girl who she had a neighbor that was a family friend. And this neighbor was moving to Japan or out of the country. And they were all going to get together and go out for one last hurrah to say goodbye to the neighbor. So, for whatever reason, the girl couldn't go, whatever night that they were, all of her friends and whatever were supposed to go and say goodbye to him. They weren't able to go. She wasn't able to go. And so fast forward, it's been like 7 years now. He left, he went to Japan, she never got to really see him. That's it. But they keep in touch. They talk every now and then. His family still lives right next door, and so, she gets updates all the time. Well, come to find out, he has been in Japan or wherever he was for 7 years, and now he has found a woman that he wants to marry. But he wants to come
mhm.
back to the United States to marry her here so that his friends and family can be there and his parents and the whole nine. So she's really excited. You know, she gets to see her friend again, meet his new fiance, and there's going to be a wedding, and her whole family's excited. They're all going to the wedding to see him. So they're at the wedding, and there's a group of friends there that they're all friends with. The young people are all friends, and then his mom and dad's generation are friends with her mom and dad, and they're all at the wedding.
Mhm.
So the friends are all talking about the last time they seen each other. How long had that been? So they're all telling the story about the night of when he left and how they all went out and how they had this really, really great time. And she's like, they're telling stories and they're including her in the story. And she's like, no, you guys, I didn't go. Like this, it got canceled. Like none of us went. And they're like, what are you talking about? We were all there. We all went and we had a great time. And she's getting more and more annoyed with her friends because she's like, what the hell are you all talking about? It was canceled. We did not go. And they keep going on and they're looking at her strange, like, what the hell's wrong with her? And so the next day she goes home and she's telling her mom about it. And she's like, I was at the wedding and John and Pat are all saying that they all went. And it pissed me off because I didn't go. And the mom is like, are you okay? You absolutely went. You went that night. You had a great time. You said goodbye. I remember you talking about it. I remember when you came home. And she's like, what the fuck is happening in life? I was not there. So she talks to the
Yeah.
actual neighbor, the groom, and she's like, did I go to a party with you? And the groom was looking at her like, are you serious right now? Is everything okay? You absolutely went to the party. We said goodbye. We were all there. It was you, me, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. We were all there. We had a great time. So that could be an actual example of your quantum immorality.
Quantum. Yes, and I just wanna be I wanted to clarify, it's immortality.
Yeah,
That's why when you said
immortality.
immorality, I said, "What are we talking about, Pornhub?" So,
Oh, got
but
it.
yeah, the
Okay. Immortality. Yeah. And then another story that I'd also told you about was there was this guy and he says that he has this dog. It was a golden retriever. He's had this dog for like 12 years. And he woke up one morning and he's calling the dog and he's like, Sadie, Sadie, Sadie. And nothing's happening. He keeps calling the dog, calling the dog. And his mom walks up and she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm calling Sadie. And she's like, who the hell's Sadie? And he's like, Mom, our dog. And so she was like, oh, you mean Angel? And so he's like, "What?" And so the mom goes, "Angel," and this white, like, Labrador or something comes running in, and he's looking like, "What the who the hell's that?" And the mom's like, "Are you okay? This is our dog, Angel, that we've had for, like, 12 years." And he was completely blown away because in his mind, for the last 12 years, they had a Labrador or I'm sorry,
see,
and just
you
out of the
are
blue one day, they don't.
stories are backing up the things that I just spoke about because yet another example,
Yeah, I've
right?
never had these type of experiences, but
Mhm,
people have because I've listened to them. I've heard them.
mhm. So you're saying you have never had a memory that someone doesn't remember your memory?
Yeah, I've had that memory. Remember when we did the Mandela Effect show? I think I talked about it then. I talked about
Mhm.
this memory that I have of being in a truck with my uncle and my dad and us backing into a cliff and I'm so afraid, I'm nervous because we're backing into a cliff and them dropping garbage out of the back of the truck. And I've asked my dad
Mhm.
about it. He said that never happened. I asked my uncle about it. He said it never happened, but I have a very strong memory
Well,
of that.
you know it clearly did happen, but they didn't wanna get fined, so they're like, "You better shut the fuck up, it didn't happen." That's
Right?
what
Shut the
happened.
hell up right now. Or I throw your ass off that cliff. Yeah. No, they were like, no, no, that's never happened. So, yeah. I mean, what about you? Do you have any memories like that where you're like, I remember?
Well, apparently
Or,
I'm living on different timelines because I know every single commercial that no one in the world has ever heard. So, yeah, I think I've been living different lives,
true
different
that.
timelines for sure.
Yeah,
So,
you're definitely in a whole different timeline.
I am. Spider-Man understands my plight, so and that for all the Marvel fans, it's for the multi-universe.
Yeah, because I have no clue
Doctor
what you're
Strange
talking
as well.
about.
He was the one who originated it. Huh?
I have no
I
clue what you're
lost
talking
you. I
about.
know. I know. I know it's like when I walk by sports, I'm like, "Why is the TV broken? What are you guys just watching? It's a fucking blank screen." And now I'll write your name. Anyways, that was it. I just thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I think we might have a topic that might be a revisitor within this season
Might be a
because
it might be a dream bleed, a brain bleed, or
might
what
be
is
a
it?
dream bleed. A
A dream
brain
bleed,
bleed,
yes.
I swear.
I'm like, that
Yeah,
sounds
a
serious, a
nosebleed.
brain bleed.
But yeah, so did you like that? Did you think that was interesting to talk about? Because I thought it was pretty
So
interesting.
interesting. I was super
Yeah.
intrigued the whole time. Yes. It's so interesting,
Yay.
and I don't know if I can necessarily get behind it, but it's sure is fun to talk about.
Right. Well, remember, you already got 2 stories that you had already told me in the past that align with it. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, true. True.
Anyways, well, okay, well, till next time, Kay, I just want to tell you I had such a great time, talking about it. I love you, Kay.
I love you, Jay.
Clean, clean, clean.
Clean, clean.
You is Thomas. Getting the drink
Man.
on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.